Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Pure Faith Podcast, a podcast where we discuss all things Bible. I am your host, Mitchell Heitkamp, and with me is my co-host and sister, Michele Meyer.
Hello.
And as you may also notice, there's a few extra people here. So we have, next to me, my brother, which everybody knows, Matt.
Hello.
You gotta look at the camera and wave. Hi.
And his wife, Kendra.
Hi.
And then next to Michele, we have her oldest child, Noah Waymeyer,
Howdy.
who also helps write stuff and does other things. And then we have our other nephew, Dylan.
That's Missy's son.
Missy's
so you guys know that we've
oldest
talked
nephew.
about Missy
Yep,
quite often.
that's our
So
oldest nephew.
that is our oldest nephew.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah.
Third.
How old are you? Like 42?
The new 42 is, I think it's 26 these days.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There's other
You gotta
stuff
finish
to
this
say.
like.
I had to leave the iPad for the boys, so
Oh,
I
I
don't have
see.
my
see.
cheater. So if you haven't done so, we ask that you follow us on your favorite podcast app and also leave a review. We also ask that you subscribe to this channel, hit the notification icon so you'd be notified whenever we release new content. And we also ask that you
Give a thumbs up.
do that. Like it.
On YouTube, you gotta give a thumbs up.
There you go. Thumbs up.
That's how you get your.
See, I'm not a YouTube person, so these are the things I need to do. I need to get notification, and I gotta get a
They need to smash that like button.
smash that
I'm
like
down.
button.
She tell you.
Thumbs up.
We're still new to the whole YouTube thing.
I am very new to the YouTube thing. I am.
Every day.
Oh my.
And hopefully this video quality is better than our last episode. I don't know why it was little.
Mitchell apologizes
yeah.
for all of that.
I'm still learning.
It got better as it went, though.
Yeah.
It did.
So I don't know.
It started out pretty bad, but
I don't know what caused that. Anyways,
So this is going to be a special episode, as you can tell. We've
Yeah.
got everyone here. Bible study is usually on Thursday evenings for us, and then Mitchell will put that out there for you all to view. But of course, this last Thursday was Thanksgiving, so we spent that time with our family. And today we invited a family to come here as we're going to do a year in review.
so our thought is we'll give a little bit of an update as far because it's been right.
I
at a
wrote it
year.
down. I wrote it down.
Oh, what'd you write down?
November 27th of 2021 was our actual first recording in your basement.
Okay.
So 2 days shy of 1 year, because we're the
Okay.
27th today.
Or 25th.
25th.
5th. I'm sorry,
25th.
25th today, 27th last year.
But by the time this is released,
Yes.
we'll be past that year of our
Yeah.
first recording.
Right.
So it'll be kind of a year of us recording, doing all this, the ministry, the things that have changed, how we've grown and how we are doing things currently. But also, if you've been watching us since the beginning, we're also at a year since our father passed away.
Yep. It was a hard start for us at that time. So we actually had recorded, but we couldn't put anything out because after our first recording, Dad passed away on December 3rd, 2021, or Grandpa passed away on December 3rd, 2021. So it was a slow start for the podcast. But like Mitchell said, we're going to do a year review. And I put mascara on so that way I wouldn't cry.
Came a long
I
way.
barely even
It's a
wrote my
start.
eyes.
Yeah.
Because now
Well,
you're doing YouTube.
yeah, I know, right? So, this morning
Who
to get
would've
up and
thought?
actually get ready, when we did the podcast, I would you never knew what I was going to look like when I showed up for the podcast.
Sometimes I was scared.
We knew.
Oh, shoot.
But yeah, things have changed a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, this all just started as a random idea. Like, hey, let's start a podcast.
I was actually sitting at Noah and L's. They went to the Bengals Detroit Lions game. We traveled up to Perrysburg, and Elle and I went dress shopping for my dress for their wedding. So while I was sitting on their couch, I got a phone call from Mitchell as he was coming back from his military weekend, and you said, "Hey, you want to do a podcast with me?" And I
I
said,
think I got the same
"Sure."
thing. I got the same thing.
Yeah, sure. What did you say?
I don't think it's going to fit my schedule.
That was a safe answer.
I didn't think it was going because my work schedule is like, I don't think that's going to work if you want to do it in the evenings like you guys started doing it on, was it Wednesday nights, Thursday nights?
Well, I think
Through the
we
week?
first started like I don't even know when it was, like Saturday, whenever it worked. It was usually, and then I said mornings work better for me, and that's when you said mornings work better for you.
It's
So
always better to wake up and just come here fresh and do the podcast.
Then go home to all the chaos.
chaos.
Oh, that was before you only had.
Olivia was
kids.
yeah, but my thing was always my thing.
I think so.
My thing was
Yeah, I think we had
Chaos.
3 kids by the time
yeah.
we started. Yeah, so it was a year ago that we started. So
Yeah.
yeah, Daniel will be
Eli will
20,
be
or Daniel.
two. Eli
Eli will
will
be
be
2 in middle of January.
Yes. So, but yeah, it was shortly after that we started. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about too as we started was, one of our favorite episodes. So, I don't know if any of you guys had a favorite episode.
Have you even listened to the episodes?
I have
I do have
at least 3.
we got at least 3.
Wait, be honest. So,
Well-
out of those 3, which one was your first?
Sure.
Yeah, the one you were on.
No, my favorite episode is The Swallows.
Mine too. I wrote it down.
Easy. I've listened to it 3
love
times.
The Swallows.
I like the 5 love languages.
I listened to it. I listened to it multiple times.
Yep.
That was just the one that led us to the
Marriage and
The marriage encounter.
Yeah, and the thing
book.
about
Which book did we
Well-
start with?
oh
Jeremy
yeah.
Camps.
Yeah.
Jeremy Camps. They
Yes.
did recommend that. But the thing that I liked most about the Swallows was in realization that God didn't make us perfect and that we can create our stories. That's what I kind of got from them also, because as you heard from their story, it was not perfect.
No.
No.
From day one, I mean, it was not perfect. So that and for them to do the marriage encounter is perfect for them because they've lived a story. They've lived this. So I really enjoyed the Swallows. That was one of
That
my
was your
favorites.
first guest too, right?
It was
It
our
was our
first
first guest.
guest. Yes, but
Them before you.
I really enjoyed them.
I was second
Right.
guest.
And then we had Noah.
Oh,
But that was for sure my favorite. Hi, Paige. Paige brought me
You
a
know-
latte because she loves me.
And here's an interesting story.
God.
I asked Paige to come on this today, and I got a hard
I
no.
was busy.
She didn't even use the excuse I have to work today. She was like, no. Just
Nope.
straight up no.
She said, "See you." Have fun.
She brought me this nice large latte.
Goodness.
I know, right? Look how ginormous this
And notice
is.
she didn't bring me anything.
She did not bring you anything.
You don't drink
You
coffee.
can have my coffee.
She could have brought me hot chocolate.
I guess.
Yes.
Oh, we are. Some of us are addicted to coffee. Some of us are not.
And some of us don't drink it at all.
No, not at all. Not
So,
even close.
but like I was saying, that was one of my favorites. Do you guys have one of your favorites?
I said the 5 love language.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
I don't
I
know if I have a favorite.
the funny thing about the 5 love languages is that when we, of course, this last couple weekends ago, we went up to look for Olivia's dress for the wedding. And one of her girlfriends actually made a comment about the love languages. And I don't know if she's ever listened to our podcast or what have you. She's actually from the Troy area, but she goes to Bowling Green. And when we were sitting there, she said something about, she said, oh, that's one of my 5 love languages. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had never heard of this until we brought it on to the podcast. And then I now hear people talking about it. I had
So,
never heard of it before.
Funny thing, like a bunch of the college age kids, everybody's like on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram.
Mhm.
Well, I guess there's a pretty famous girl around my age now that's doing the 5 love languages in review on like a 30-second TikTok. So she'll just go through them real quick.
Oh, really?
So kids my age are just scrolling, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh,
And
that's
they see-
cool," and then they'll
That's a
see
good
a
idea.
synopsis of each one, so they don't have to actually go in and read the book. Because what 23-year-old that's in college or something wants to read a book on top of everything, so they can just
Right.
watch that video real quick, understand it, be like, "Oh, that's cool," and then they can go watch their YouTube video later, get their synopsis. So I hear a lot of kids my age talking about it that have never read it.
That's great.
That's fantastic. That is. But I do recommend to read the book though. It's a
It's
short,
very good.
sweet read. It is. It's a very good
You
book.
can also read our article on
Yes.
5 love languages at purefaithliving.com.
Purefaithliving.com.
Just saying.
Oh shoot. But it has grown. I mean,
Yeah.
from the very beginning to where we are now. I mean, I never thought we were going to be doing a YouTube. I know it was in your vision. We actually you brought the camera downstairs the one time and I said, "What are you doing with that?"
Well, that was more for like video conferencing chat.
Yeah, that's when we thought Jeremy Camp was going to come
Yeah.
on. He didn't.
He was too busy. He was too busy for us.
He's got one of the Matt schedules.
Yeah, he does have a math schedule.
Don't fit in that schedule.
Oh shoot. But and that's something interesting too that brought, us together is to be able to do these books and review. But Noah said the last one he couldn't listen to because he said we were arguing too much
Well,
about
it was you three, and I went to the first like 2 minutes, and I heard you guys arguing about it, and I was like, nope, this one I can't do. I was like, I will wait until next week.
It was, I can only imagine, but we did that. We did those episodes
the
and we were
third
trying to
episode of it,
hurry through
yes.
the book thinking we were only going to do 2
That's very good.
episodes, but we ended up doing
But-
3.
In your guys' defense, it was I heard Mom say something, and I said I can't hear her do this today. So I was like, oh, I'll listen later.
That's really nice.
I
That's
never in a
really
million
nice.
years thought my husband would listen to audiobooks.
I know, right?
I've been going crazy on audiobooks.
I haven't listened to one in a while.
Yeah,
guys-
yeah.
I need a
And if
good one.
anybody has any
I've been listening to
recommendations,
that Preacher.
That you told us about? No,
Well,
you're
no,
talking.
These are all the books that Dad read. He has all those
Oh, yeah.
books.
oh yeah, what? Not the Lee Child. You got those.
Oh, yeah,
The
the
Lee
Jack
Child,
Reacher
Jack
series.
Reacher.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so
You listen to them too?
I've listened to 9 or 10 of them, and then Grandma packed all the hard copies up that Grandpa had,
Yeah,
so I might start reading those too.
yeah. And she did. She showed me that box. It
Yeah.
was in the room. You guys, they're staying with Grandma right now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But I was
those
just
books
gonna
need
say
to
for anybody, because don't you do like notes or something on YouTube? I pointed down here because that's where our
Yeah.
computer is.
Matt has my computer chair.
Anyhow, can't they go down in the link and put in like if anybody can suggest any books that the 3 of us can
Oh, yeah.
maybe read and we can
Well,
review them?
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment if you have any idea.
Hit the like button.
Thumbs up.
Oh my
I
god.
might have to cut that little section out.
But every time I go and watch it on YouTube, I'm the only one that gives thumbs up. So you're not
Oh,
gonna
So
get
you're the like that.
you only like it.
yeah. But you gotta have likes to
That's a
get
good-
this
in order-
farther to where you
Oh,
want to get
In
it.
I
order
am
to get into
so-
the algorithm.
Dan's on YouTube all the time. He probably won't watch this, but I can tell him just to go in there and
Yeah, just
hit
like- You just gotta start it and give the
Yeah.
thumbs up, and then that gives you where you want to go with
Always
the
forget
YouTube
that.
thing.
I guess that's back, so we don't even like it.
I know. I can honestly say I don't even know if I know how to get there if I don't go through Facebook. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Might have to have an episode on how to use YouTube.
Might have to.
Matt will be hosting that episode.
That's what I do at night when I'm
Shoot.
driving is watch YouTube videos.
So
Your co-host,
funny.
Sadie. Sadie
Sadie will get us through.
Oh, Sadie Rose.
Yeah.
Sadie Rose.
It would get us through YouTube.
She absolutely would. So yeah, talking about anything more about the
What's your
I need some coffee. I need some coffee.
Oh, you go ahead
You
and
got the
take a drink.
notes? God.
So we just started as just a podcast, just audio only. We never really had any plans. I didn't have any plans at the beginning to do YouTube. We did start to get some of the equipment whenever we were going to do video conferencing. But then that kind of all fell through. And then the only reason we're doing YouTube is because somebody in the circle recommended it.
He sure did.
He
Everybody
did.
remember the episode?
I remember the episode.
Yes, I did. I ain't gonna lie, I did. But I was expecting it to be live.
And
Yeah.
But
we looked
But
into
what
that.
you was doing at that time, what you was going to do with it, your Bible study. I just figured you do your Bible study live.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, but I understand it's hard to do live.
Yeah. It
Um,
is.
Which I thought Facebook Live
but
would
the
have been the way
other-
to go first.
But the other thing is for YouTube, well, see, I looked into all that. We couldn't do like Facebook Live and then turn around and release it on YouTube.
Right.
Right.
But we could do a YouTube video and then share that link in Facebook, so it
So you're
backlinks.
trying
So
to
that's why we went with YouTube.
kill two birds with one
instead.
stone.
Yes.
to get more followers.
But
Yes.
then to do YouTube Live, you need to have so many subscribers and followers and all this other stuff, which we don't have because we're a brand new channel.
You lost something down here.
Oh no,
I'm just saying.
that's not good.
Brand new channel. I got it.
Brand new channel.
Trying to make the annual one.
Mhm.
Oh, why did I cut
Yep, it's back now.
It's back.
There we go.
You'll have to fix that.
It probably just got tired of looking at you.
Probably.
So didn't. So Dylan.
So
YouTube Live. What did you say?
Brand new channel.
Brand new channel.
So yeah, so we needed so many subscribers, so many followers in order to do the YouTube live. So then it's like, well, we can't do the live, so we'll just record it and then
We need
do
more
very
thumbs up
minimal.
to
More
the
thumbs
live.
up.
More thumbs
So
up.
to be continued, right?
Out of here.
Sure. So, but it is minimal editing. Like the only thing I really do as far as editing, and actually now that I've been doing it, I think we want to kind of keep it this way because yes, I put the beginning music in, I put the
Yeah.
so I put the intro and outro into it.
And you
But
put
then I
maps
put
in and
but then I put like the scriptures up and
yeah,
all that
which
other
I think is
stuff.
really nice. I think
So
Yeah,
it's
that's
yeah.
better since the first one you did. You was trying to read it. And
Yes.
people
You get away from that.
Right.
people don't have to go. They don't have to have their Bible in front of them.
Right.
To
Right.
listen
Just
to what you're
follow
doing.
along.
Follow along.
Yeah.
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 So that's again, it's a learning curve. So
So what I wanted to discuss also is like where our journeys have been too. So whenever we first started this, I can say that it was everybody heard my story, how I was born and baptized into the Catholic Church, and I got to high school, I kind of got away from it, which you hear that from a lot of people. You get away from your faith through some of those teenage years and the 20s, and when family
You
gets
first start
crazy.
families.
Right, right. And some people don't, but I did. And then, I hate to say to have a loss, kind of brought me back into the church. But, I was struggling for a while not going to church. I wasn't doing it. And I know that you reached out to me, and a page reached out to me to come here to Living Waters, and I always had an excuse not to go. But you guys always tried to get me with eating food afterwards, and I think you still kind of do that. Like we're going to the China buffet or something,
we don't do
Asian
that as
buffet.
much anymore.
Right. But
It's hard to do
that
when you
was
get three little
Yeah.
kids and go out
right.
to eat. I
But that was
understand.
kind of one of the things that they had. And then Paige would always say, "Oh, you can have your coffee while you're there." And I was like, "Oh,
There she's
well,
getting
if I can drink coffee while I'm in church,
That's ridiculous.
I can
That
probably
is-
come." But you know what I'm saying? Like our journeys from, throughout the whole thing, I just feel like since I've been here, I just know scripture. I know Bible verses. There's so much that I've learned in the last couple of years compared to what I had all those years prior. So,
Yeah.
and again, I hate to say that a loss did that, but I'm also told that some people must be broken before they find their journey again. And I feel like that was me. I was completely broken. I'm still broken. I mean, really, I am.
Yeah.
You don't think I am?
I just like how it's just small.
The church.
The
Yeah.
church is small, and everybody is family.
Yes.
Everybody. You go to the Catholic Church. There's just so many people, and it just seems like you don't get anything out of it.
Right. Right.
You don't.
And I find a lot out of worship and praise. Music
Right.
Yeah.
speaks to me.
Yep.
Yes.
And scripture might speak to you more than music does. I don't know. We never really talked about it, but
Mhm.
I look at or just, preaching. I mean, I don't know what you find more for your faith. Like are you stronger in faith than music, or is it
It's
Scripture.
absolutely word, not
it's word?
it's not song at all.
Okay.
So when I listen to music, I don't listen to the words a lot. I listen to the actual music. So when the church that I go to has live music, I'm not necessarily playing. They have a picture of music and then they have the people playing the music. And I am dead set on the drummer.
Okay.
I'm watching him the entire time. I don't know why, I just am.
Mhm.
So while Elle and Olivia are reading the music and singing the music, I'm not. I'm listening to it.
Listening to it.
But when the
But you're
actual-
listening to the
when
message.
the preacher comes up or the pastor comes up and reads the message, sometimes I lean over and like explain it real quick and go because I'm more into like the almost poetry of the word, not so much the music.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm not one to like raise my hand and sing or anything, but I'll sit there and I'll enjoy the music, but it's always the word. So, but to go off what you were saying with the Catholic Church having a lot of people. So I go to a church now, it's very similar to Living Waters, but it has multiple hundred people, like 300 or 400 people, but it feels the same. So at the
Yeah.
Catholic Church,
comfortable.
it feels like it's 40 people.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. I've been
that's
to
the one
churches
thing
like
that I
too.
noticed. I was scared to go to a bigger church because I love how there's 30 people here. You know
Yes.
every single person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's
And they
ran the
greet
same
you.
way.
I mean,
Everybody
really.
greets you. Everybody says hi. Some of them already know your name because they ask you as soon as, oh, you're new. What's your name? So
So you
been very
already
nice.
feel that fellowship
Yeah.
in your what we quote unquote say new church up in Perry.
Because it's not very the Catholic Church when we're going, it's very strict, like A, B, C, and D. This is how we do it every time, every
Yes.
week, no matter what.
Yeah.
There's just
Use
very
it,
fluid.
kneel.
Yeah. And I think I've said that multiple times too. You sing, then you sit, you kneel, you stand, you sing, you sit, you stand, you kneel. And there's no for me, I just didn't grasp the message of the gospel readings in the Catholic Church. It just felt like it was something that I guess because you felt like you had to just sit and listen but I always, again, in the Catholic Church, I found it in music. The reason I went is I look forward to the
listening
songs.
to the
What songs are we singing
Yep.
today? That was always my way through it, was just how to get through the music. So, Dylan, you still go to the Catholic Church?
Yes.
Yes. And you and AJ go to Minster's
Yes,
Church?
we go to St. Augustine.
Okay. All right. You've come to our church a couple of times.
Yes.
And the laid back version of it,
I would say I enjoy coming here more than I enjoy going to Catholic Church.
yeah, just because of kind of the same thing. You get the message maybe a little bit, or is it just more comfortable with the smaller?
It's all of us here too.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
we
mean,
do make up a majority of
Yeah,
the church.
We do have
Let's be real. 30
we have
people, we
75% of the church is our
Yeah,
family.
right.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, before I mean, you guys didn't start coming until Dad passed away.
Well, that's what I was going to go off. The loss
Yeah.
really changed this guy.
Yeah.
Here.
Missy's loss didn't
Total
affect
360.
Matt. Okay, let's be honest. Missy's passing affected Matt emotionally.
It did.
Right.
It did.
But I still
he didn't
couldn't get
find-
him to go to church.
He didn't
Couldn't-
find he didn't
Nope.
find the meaning behind all of it. Mitchell has
Yes.
explained it to us multiple times that there's
Exactly.
always a meaning
Yep.
behind death.
Yeah. And if you go back a couple episodes, we talked about the baptism of fire.
Yes.
Whenever we're talking about that,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what that is. Those trials that you go through in life, those hardships, those struggles, that's the baptism of fire. And we go through those
Yeah.
for growth, for personal growth,
Yep.
for growth in relationship with the Lord, for all sorts of reasons. But normally, whenever you go through those baptisms of fire, when you get to the other side, hindsight's 2020. You can look back and see how
Yeah.
the Lord was working, how He
Mhm.
helped you
Yeah.
grow, and the steps that He has taken and you have taken to increase that relationship.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, I mean that's what it's all about, and that's what Missy's passing was, a baptism of fire.
And that was my baptism of
Yes.
fire. It
Yep.
really was.
Yeah.
I can tell you, and I do. I wear a necklace, and I'm telling you, if I don't have this necklace on, I feel like I'm lost. Like not only does the church do it for me, but just knowing that I have it on is like I can feel her with me all the time. Now, Dad's passing is a little bit different for me because with Dad's passing, mind you, Missy's was a long process.
Yes.
We all went through
Literally. Right.
different times of grieving for
Yep.
Missy. With
Yeah.
Dad, it was different. It was like, okay, he's
Sudden.
gone.
It was sudden.
Yeah,
It was so
very
sudden. It was okay. I'll never see him again.
Yeah.
But Dad missed Missy so much,
Yeah.
so much, and that's what usually gets me is thinking about that because nope,
You're getting there. I can see it.
nope. If they don't fall, they're not tears.
Fine, Dad.
We have talked about this. I put mascara on for a reason this morning. But
Or
There
black
we
all.
go.
right.
I carry my necklace every day with me.
Yeah.
See?
He's
And
trying to get her. He's
you
trying to
try.
get her.
I'm not
Come on.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's an ugly cry. Nobody wants to see that. If we were doing the podcast right now, I'd be bawling, and you all know I would be bawling. But
I love it.
that's one of the things that I find about Dad's passing is that was, I think, his piece. I think that's where his journey was leading him. And for are you looking for tissues? Yeah, we need lots of tissues, don't we?
There's a box right there.
But so like I said, for Dad's, that was more of a journey, I feel, for Matt.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he really changed
Yes.
his path after Dad's passing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm good. Like you,
I'm
you're
really
saying.
struggling, but I'm good.
we're talking about that.
Hair.
Get out of here.
But we're talking about that baptism of fire. But that's the thing. Everybody may go through the same struggle.
Yeah.
Even though it may be a little bit different for each person. but it may come from the same source. But just because you're going through that same general struggle, it's going to affect everybody a little bit
differently.
and some people may grow more from that. Some people may not. Like, yeah, Missy's passing was hard,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
but for us, being the
Those are
boys,
Yeah.
Yes.
males.
Yeah.
So that dad's passing had
Right.
a little more impact.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying we love Missy less or anything like that.
But
Well,
that's
not only
something.
that,
We
you
just
two were
did,
there.
We just
Yeah.
did more.
And
You were there.
Yeah.
that's a big thing too. I wasn't there. So the last memory I have of Dad, which you have to laugh at because he had just gotten his teeth. If you know the story about Dad, he broke his teeth. He got new ones. It was just a journey himself to have these teeth. And I FaceTimed him, and he didn't have them in. Yet he had your boys, and it just, that's my last memory of Dad. The last memory for you guys is in the woods, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
got to be
Just putting-
just a struggle. I mean, because you guys were there. I was on the phone with you. I was losing my damn mind.
Yeah, you were.
I said, "Damn."
You're not allowed to say that.
I did.
You were losing your darn.
I was losing my mind. Don was at the gym. Daniel was at football practice, and I didn't want to bother anybody. But you called me, I think, and I don't know, Noah. I was on the phone, and I didn't know
Called
what to
you.
do.
Impact on
Well,
Caleb.
Called you when it happened.
Yeah.
We
Caleb.
both
That's
called you at
insane.
the same time.
Okay. See, and
We-
I don't. That's my thing. I think I've completely kind of blocked it all out.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was-
For Caleb, it's
still
had a
see it.
huge impact
Yeah, I
on
was thinking
him.
about
It
Caleb.
has, but I've seen him grow too.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
it really hit him hard. Like I didn't know if he was going to come out of it. Like he just became very, very quiet. But then we went through, and I don't want to say that the volleyball team we had at church helped, but I
Yeah.
think that
Yep.
that really opened a shell that he could talk to his peers, and he was able to make that fellowship with
Mhm.
other people his age. And I just think that he's
You need
really
other
become
people.
a different
Yeah.
people.
Well,
You
he already
do.
got a
Because
girlfriend.
There's different stages,
He's
right? He
growing
does
up.
have a girlfriend. It came out of the volleyball league. But we talk about different stages of grief too. And you, Dylan, just recently started grieving, I think, is what Grandma was saying. It took you almost a year to grieve Grandpa's passing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's different stages. You can grieve right away,
Yeah.
day
Yeah.
one, or you can be that rock through all of it, a rock through all of it. And then, a year later, it's like, oh my gosh, we're coming up on a year. I'm celebrating my birthday, and this is the first birthday Grandpa's not here. This is the first Thanksgiving that Grandpa's not here.
I haven't yet.
You haven't
I will
grieved
be
yet?
dead honest. I have not.
Oh my
It's
god.
almost like shock.
Think about my last memory was last Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So we were watching football together.
See,
Yeah.
I thought you weren't here last Thanksgiving.
I was here,
Okay.
boom, for a quick, just the one day at your guys' house.
Okay.
And
See,
that's-
I couldn't remember if you were here because I was
Actually,
actually
no.
thinking about that. I was
I
like,
saw him the next day. I saw him at church the next day. That's my last memory. I get the last two mixed up.
okay.
We were hugging Grandma and Grandpa right outside the church, and I had just gotten I was doing my list for where I wanted to go for the Air Force,
Oh.
and I picked between Wright Pat and Mississippi. Grandma told me to go to Wright Pat. He
Yeah.
said, "You'll have a fun time at Wright Pat," and then he pulled me in. He's like, "Go to Mississippi." That's the last thing he said. to me
And
was,
let's
"Go to
just be honest
Mississippi."
here. Where are you, Noah?
I'm,
In Perrysburg, Ohio.
but we're going to Mississippi, so I know.
And that's the other thing. I feel like I grieve every day. I cry
Yeah.
all of the time. It hits me in waves. Just this last week, on Wednesday, Tuesday, I was driving to Winners to get some meat and stuff. I was having family come in, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna make that trip. And if I didn't cry the whole way there and the whole way back, why? I have no idea. It just hits you. It hits you in different
Yeah.
waves. It really does.
I get
Yeah.
a lot when I'm driving.
Yeah, and that's what I fear because you have your own
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. Like I said, it's almost like shock. I was driving home from Iowa and, getting tired. Grandpa was always the person I called when I got tired.
That's right.
See, that's what's gonna get me. No,
Yeah.
I can't. It breaks my heart to see other people
Oh yeah.
broken.
Right.
Thanks.
And that's why I think I haven't grieved yet. Because I know you're broken. I know Daniel is. Dad sure as hell is if he's not going to say anything.
Your dad is.
Elle and Olivia definitely are. So I felt like
Pass the tissues around.
I think you need those
Yeah.
more than I do.
I
Anyhow,
had to keep it together.
See, I'm broken, yes, but I don't know. I also realize, where they're at, what's
yes.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
like I've accepted where they're at,
And that we're going to see him again.
yeah. So I typically don't get hung up on it. I mean, yes,
Thanks.
like I'll hear a song or something and I'll break down and
Yep.
cry or
Mom
lay
shared
in
it this
bed.
morning. Our Scars in Heaven song.
Mm.
She shared it again this morning. And,
She did? I don't think I got that
didn't get
message.
it.
oh, I'm
Must send it
sorry.
to you.
It was on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't do Facebook.
I feel at this point we don't grieve for them, we grieve for ourselves.
Yeah,
and
and for each
Exactly.
other.
That's
and-
exactly what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. But yeah, Scars in Heaven was the song that we played at Dad's funeral. And I say funeral, but look, this is in my notes.
Don't say funeral.
Don't say funeral.
It's
It was celebration of life. And that's really hard for me to do. But you know what? I think we still do celebrate his life.
Yeah.
And it
Oh,
is
yeah.
a celebration. It's hard to say that.
Just the small things throughout the year that you notice that. Well, I don't know how I want to say it.
He would
But-
always be there.
Yeah.
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 When
But
you-
like your
Reminders.
log thing that broke.
Well, yeah, that thing. It's like
Oh,
that was
and-
the
He'd
dumbest
be
thing
out
ever that
there.
he made.
But you
But I use it every day since he's been gone.
right.
And now it's somewhere getting improved.
It's getting improved now.
So Grandpa had this like log
Well,
wagon thing.
technically, it's not even Grandpa. It was Rick.
Technically, it's still Uncle Rick's.
It's still correct.
Oh, thank
But
you.
it was
Rick.
just it was a hopper wagon that
It's the
they took
running.
the
gear.
hopper part off of it, and so it's just the running gear. And Grandpa put some beams on it, so
He had the
could set
genius
logs
idea
down.
that we needed to bring logs home.
the whole log.
Yeah.
Yes, so
They
we
cut 'em
didn't,
up at
we
home.
didn't have to cut them in the woods. I was like,
Stupid.
Dad, you're just going to do all the cutting, so just cut out in the woods and we'll be good. And then me and the kids will just go pick it up. Well, we don't do that anymore. We bring the logs home.
And we cut them up.
We cut them up at the house.
And mind you, you take him from the woods that he passed away in. I mean, it just seems like it all
Truthfully, I have not taken a log from that woods since
really.
the day that he passed, December 2nd or December 3rd last year.
Oh,
It's the last log I've got out of there.
okay. See, I did not know that.
And I've been out to the woods the day after, and that's the
Looking-
last time I've been out in the woods.
looking for his glasses.
Looking for his glasses.
And that's a good story for Matt that he had. You know, he went out there that day knowing that Dad's glasses were still out there.
knowing. And I sat down. I could not find him. Exactly where he was laid at and everything. I was like, I could not find him. Like Mitchell said, that somebody might have just took him off and threw him.
Yeah.
Or when he fell, they could have went anywhere.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm gonna go out and look for him. So I went and looked for him. I was out there probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever. And I just finally sat down on the log and I said, Dad, hey, help me find your glasses. So I'm sitting on a log like this, and I'm just, I don't know, just looking around. There they are right there. So
You're like, really, 20 minutes.
yeah, I was like, this should be. I mean, I thought it was like it should be easy. I mean, they should be laying on top, right where his head was at, because I'm sure that they just took them off and sat them down there. Well, nope, they were broke. The lens were out of them, and then
So
I
they stepped on
found
'em.
the lens and everything, and it's like, okay.
Yep.
'Cause I didn't want to spend much time out there. I was just like,
Right.
I wanted this to be short and sweet, and so I finally just sat down on a log, and I'm like, Dad, where's your glasses?
Yeah, we need
And I
them.
just looked around, and oh, there they are. So picked them up, and now they're sitting in the barn
Yep, along with his hat.
with his hat.
Yep. Yep.
We've been going to what we call the trailer house woods, one of Rick's.
Okay. Okay.
Mainly because.
So you put those logs on there and you pull that all the way from Rick's Woods to the barn. Have you seen this? Have you seen the contraption that they put these logs on?
Yeah, they're doing
It's fine.
It's getting improved now, though, so
Broke.
it broke.
But what I was trying to say is
Okay.
that woods, Rick has, 20, 30 acres of woods.
Probably.
So that woods is probably the furthest one away from his house. So it had just a lot of dead,
Mm.
down trees.
Already.
And we just were trying to get all that dead stuff
cleaned
up
up.
yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
And technically, that is the first woods that Mom and Dad,
Yes.
True.
whatever, cut firewood out when they had
Yeah.
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 Had that old wood burning stove in the old trailer house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. I
I
remember.
Oh, yeah.
don't remember that one.
You do remember that one?
I don't remember the trail house one.
You
Well,
don't?
it's the same. Isn't it the
No.
same one that's still
Well,
there?
you.
Well,
we
the
lived there.
woods.
I just don't remember that being wood burner.
Oh,
Right in the middle of the house.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
The
yeah.
fireplace?
Yeah. Like the most unsafe place to
Oh,
live ever.
Especially
It
for a
wasn't
bunch
that
of kids.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't that.
Oh my gosh, I burnt myself on that stove once and I didn't understand. Imagine that, right? I did not understand how hot that thing would be. But it was literally
Oh,
a
just
burning
tired.
stove.
Big deal.
A burning stove in the middle of our living room.
You want to talk about burns? I still got one from that curling iron.
Oh, I remember that too.
Oh shoot. But yeah, my alarm went off, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
Mrs. Notes.
Oh, my
You
notes.
said your alarm went off.
Yeah, my alarm went off. So I just jotted down a few things because when you come in here with family, you can get kind of off track, and I'm usually the person who tries to keep us in line. Just like at the funeral. Remember when you guys said we need to keep mom in line?
Yeah.
Uh,
So, yeah.
yeah,
That was your job.
that was my job. So I hated it, but I embraced it as well to keep things going. But then I would get people through the line, but then they would get to Matt. And then the line would get backed up again. I'm like, Matt, you told
Yeah.
me I had to keep the line going. You need to keep the line going.
Yeah,
So-
you two are the socialites.
I tried.
Me and Missy weren't the social butterflies.
No,
you two
no.
are.
No, but and speaking of mom, I actually think too. I mean,
She's came a long way.
she has come a
Yeah.
very long way.
Mhm.
When she first lost Missy, she didn't even rely on dad as support.
No.
I did not feel that.
I didn't either.
She just kind of did her own thing and dad did his own thing. It's like they couldn't communicate about it, which
Yeah.
I can only imagine how hard it is to
Mhm.
lose a child and trying to have to not only grieve for yourself but grieve for your spouse as well and the whole journey throughout it. I'm sure that was beyond difficult. But then when she lost dad, I think she just felt like her whole world just fell apart.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
what in the world is going on? But now today, how different it is.
Well,
She's a
Yeah.
stronger lady.
I stayed with grandma at her house during our wedding weekend.
Oh yes.
So that was almost exactly a year ago. It was 2 weeks after grandpa passed. And then I'm staying with her now.
Yes.
So I see her 1 year later, and
The difference.
the difference is wild.
Yeah.
My goodness, is it wild?
And not to say that she doesn't struggle. I'm sure today she's struggling knowing that she's not here, which we probably should have done this at a time that maybe she could have came, but
I don't.
then we really probably
We
would have
would've-
tried the whole time.
We would have been a mess.
Yeah.
Absolute
Yeah,
mess.
I don't think
We
she
would have.
anyways.
But she she's working today, but she just seems like she has grown not only in her faith, but I think just personally, I think
Mhm.
that she has grown so much.
She's
And
got some good friends that are
she
keeping her.
does.
Good.
Yeah.
She does.
That her
And
her
whatever
baby
their group, whatever
Yeah.
they call themselves.
oh yes. Oh yes. And let me tell you,
Football
one of
games
them
together.
came to the football games this year. She came to all the home football games and she sat with our family and Olivia at one point said, "Mom, I don't think these two ladies have stopped crying throughout the entire game." And I said, "It's okay. They don't need to watch the game." Because her friend also lost her husband,
Yep.
a few years ago to cancer, I think is what it was. And so, they have that in common. You hate to say that
Right.
you're good friends with other people who have lost their spouses, but you
Right.
have to find
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
within other people and they need you just as much as you need them. So, she did. She brought her to the football games, and I miss her because we haven't had a football game in a while, and I'm hoping that she goes to the basketball games too.
We actually went out to eat with her last weekend on our anniversary and my birthday.
Okay.
which was a good time. I think she enjoyed it
Okay,
because we
good.
actually just went out. Us three
Yep.
went out with her, and that's the first time that I can probably say that I've gone out to eat with mom since by ourselves
Since your dad.
since dad's passed away.
been a while.
Actually, I know it's been since
Yeah.
dad's passed away, but
And it's hard.
oh yeah.
It's hard to go out to eat with mom because you don't know which
But
one
I
you're
gotta
gonna
say,
get.
if she keeps doing what she did when we went out to eat, I'll take her out to eat all the time.
Oh, let me guess, she paid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We even had a
Me
gift
and
card.
AJ take her out.
We were
She was fighting
prepared.
to check.
Really, Dylan, for you and AJ, you guys spend a lot of time with grandma,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that really is a blessing to
Yeah.
her too, because she's always felt like she's got a special connection with
With
you
you.
because
Yeah.
my gosh,
You're the
you
oldest
lived with
grandchild.
that. Well, and
And he's
Well,
lived
he's
with
lived
them.
with her for
Yeah.
when he was first born, he lived there.
Yeah.
So she's got that special connection with you. So for you and AJ to come, and even Ashley and Clayton come, when you guys can do that with her, she enjoys it.
Mhm.
You guys are staying with her right now. You've got your 85-pound dog sitting on her lap like it's a grandchild. I mean, whatever. But she's enjoying that visit and she's looked forward to it. So, grandma's got she's got different ways that she likes to express to all of us, her love as well. So,
And
yeah.
then next weekend, us three
Yes, we're going out to eat.
spouses taking mom out
Yep.
to eat for this anniversary thing.
Yeah, Chip can't make it. He's got a basketball game, but us three
I'm
will
sure
take
there'll
her
be
out to
tears
eat.
flowing there.
Oh, I don't know. She's gonna be looking forward to that baked potato that she probably won't have time to shed a tear. And then
Where are we going?
we're going to the
Oh, I
Texas
didn't know
Roadhouse.
we were
We're
there.
taking her out
Okay.
to eat.
Big thing.
And then on Saturday we all have plans, but then on
Right.
Sunday our Aunt
Is that-
Linda reached out
Is
to
that
us.
set in stone?
I'm not sure yet, but the brothers and dad's brothers and sisters gave a tree for his gift
Wanted you
after
guys
he
to-
passed, and they wanted to plant it at the barn where we have our family gatherings. And so I think that they're going to be coming maybe on Sunday, and we said we would all do a celebration on that day too, plant a tree and drink a beer. So that's about the best way to celebrate Grandpa Leo.
Now, if you're
So-
gonna celebrate, you gotta put tomato juice in your beer.
yeah, well, that's not
That's not gonna
happening.
happen.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I don't mind. I got the
Shoot.
Tomato
hot
juice and
spicy
Michelob
tomato juice.
Ultra.
Yep.
Mm,
have
I
it
like
up
it.
there,
Juice,
so
Michelob Ultra.
But I'll do it. Thanks.
So,
And mason jar.
with all that said, in closing this up, I would like for you, if you could, at the end of this, go ahead and put up the video of Scars in Heaven. We'd like for all of you to view it.
Whoa.
It really is a great song. It just hits home. It hits home because it's a story, and I feel like it is. It's a story of Dad. I feel like it is. So, so you can do that.
I don't know if that'll work because of copyright issues.
Copyright, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. Oh,
You can leave
okay,
a
never
link.
mind.
Leave it in the comments below.
Tell you the song, yeah.
Yeah,
Just say what the song is
it's
and who-
Scars in Heaven by Casting Crowns, and
There you
go and view it and listen
We'll have
to it.
at least have the link in the description.
Thank you.
Yeah, but to put it on the video, I'll probably get.
Yeah, you get in trouble.
I'll get
You taken
flagged.
down.
All right, fine. We won't do that. That's how much I know about YouTube.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Smash the like button.
So
Thanks,
when I go
Dylan.
look at this, there should be more than just one thumbs up.
Yeah, Matt's gonna be looking.
I will be looking.
Do.
All right, we done?
Yep, you got to do
Think
your
so.
closing.
All right, we thank you for joining us for another episode of the Pure Faith Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave a comment in the comment section below this video, or you can go to purefaithliving.com and go to our contact page and leave us a message through that. And if you like what we're doing, if you like the content we're putting out there, then we ask that you share the show with others so we can all work together in spreading the good news of Jesus Christ. And we will talk to you and see you again next time.
Have a great day, everyone.
See ya.
See ya.